New videos every day.
Psyche Truth. Life Wisdom.
Hi everybody, it's Erica Vetra again, bringing you the first video in my new series, Beginner-Friendly Yoga for Fat Burning and Metabolism. Alright, let's go ahead and get started in Child's Pose. So come to kneel on your mat, relax your hips back on your heels. Go ahead and put your forehead on your mat. So Child's Pose is about relaxing, grounding, and centering. If your forehead doesn't reach all the way down to your mat, it's not a problem. You can use your forearms or maybe your fists to act as a pillow. And the idea is to relax your spine, which includes your neck. If you'd like to stretch your low back a little bit, keep your knees together. But if you'd like to stretch into your hips a little bit, take your knees a little wider than your rib cage. Use this time to come into contact with your breath. You're here in your yoga practice. You don't have anything else to focus on except for burning fat. So, activate your Ujjayi breath. Begin to lengthen your inhales and your exhales, filling up 360 degrees of your lungs, your belly. Constricting the back of your throat gently, as if you were trying to fog up a mirror, but with your mouth closed, so this generates heat inside your body. We're going to be generating some heat today in order to burn some fat. Some of the poses we'll be going through are detoxifying poses, which help to stimulate your digestive system, thus revving up your metabolism. As you're ready, lift your head off of your hands, lift your hips off of your heels. Put your elbows on the ground directly under your shoulders. So if you want to make sure that you have the right alignment, go ahead and grab opposite elbows, make sure they're shoulder width distance. Take your arms, your forearms parallel so that you're thinking about a number 11 from your elbow all the way to the tip of your middle finger. So your middle finger should be parallel to the long edges of your mat. Take your knees back to hips width distance. Curl your toes, straighten your legs, and come to forearm plank. So right off the bat, we're going to get into some heat generating. Lengthen the back of your neck so your gaze should be just about between your thumbnails. Find your alignment. Press your heels towards the wall behind you. Squeeze your hips towards the bottoms of your ribcage. And just like any other plank variation, if it gets too hard, or if you start to sacrifice your form, go ahead and put your knees down. Just make sure that your hips don't start to stick up, right? You want to keep a straight line between your shoulders and your knees. So as you are here in your forearm plank, breathing deeply, keeping your gaze relaxed, keeping your core engaged, I would like to tell you that I'm wearing my favorite color nail polish, bright orange or coral. I'm not sure how it looks on camera. And I took the time to match it to my favorite sports bra. And I was wondering how you feel about that. So some people think that's a little over the top. I happen to like it. Let me know what you think. Comment. Take one more deep breath in. Take one more deep breath out. Listen carefully. On your next inhale, raise up into high plank. Take your shoulders under your wrists under your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Press the ground away with your fingers, your knuckles, and the heels of your hands, all parts of your hands. Keep your shoulders in line with your hips. Keep your breath deep. Keep your neck long. And hold. Feel the heat beginning to generate inside your body, in your core, in your legs, in your shoulders. Take one more deep breath in here. And then on your exhale, let your hips lead you up and back into downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, feel free to pedal your feet out, gently sinking your heels towards your mat, straightening the backs of your knees, lifting your hips up towards the ceiling, lengthening your hamstrings. So as I said, we're going to be doing some detoxing poses today. That includes a little bit of twisting. You want to make sure your spine is nice and long. Keep a lot of space between your shoulders and your ears by rotating your biceps forward and relaxing your heart towards your thighs. On your next inhale, come up high onto the balls of your feet, look past the front edge of your mat, and then exhale your feet to meet your hands. You can step up or you can hop up. Once you get to the top of your mat, hang in your forward fold. So in your forward fold, let your head hang on the end of your neck. You could even sway it gently from side to side. You could grab opposite elbows. Just really think about lengthening your spine here. Like I said, we're going to need length in order to twist. Gently bring your fingertips back to your mat or to your shins. On your inhale, halfway lift, send your heart forward. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up and out. Press your palms together above your head, and then exhale your hands to prayer. So, make a strong foundation. Make sure the big toe ball mounds of your feet are touching. Your heels should be about 1 inch apart. Lift your heart up into your thumbnails. Curl your tailbone in so that your low back stays long. The first pose we're going to be working with is chair pose. As you inhale, reach your arms above your head, keep your palms together. As you exhale, begin to sit down into your imaginary chair. Take a peek down at your toes. Make sure you can see some toes in front of your knees. In fact, you could lift them up and wiggle them around a little bit. Shift your weight further back into your heels. Keep your knees together, and then curl your tailbone in. So you want to make your low back really long. A flat, straight line from your butt all the way to the top of your head. Draw the sides of your neck towards the back of the room. Open your heart. Pull your biceps behind your ears. Reach your fingertips up for the sky without sacrificing the length of your neck. So you want to roll your shoulders away from your ears. Keep it really, really long. And then keep your core engaged. So take the sides of your ribcage, knit them together. Lift your low belly up towards your heart. Everything is super strong here. Take one more deep breath in. And then exhale, dive forward. Relax your torso over your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, relax. Let your head hang on the end of your neck. Keep your knees soft. Inhale, come to standing. Press your palms together above your head, building a little bit of heat. Exhale, chair pose. So sit down as low as you want. Make sure you can still see some toes in front of your knees. Squeeze your inner thighs together. On your next inhale, take your hands to prayer in the center of your chest. On your exhale, twist your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. So this is twisting chair. Right away, look down at your feet and your knees. Make sure your left knee doesn't start to pop out in front of your right. You want to keep your knees and your hips square. And then begin to rotate your heart towards the right side of your room, as if you were working to get both sets of lungs outside of your right thigh. Use your hands, press them into each other to take your thumbnails a little closer to the center of your chest, and then keep your neck long. Reach the top of your head forward, reach your tailbone back, and then sit your hips even lower. We're building a lot of heat in the legs. Take one more deep breath in, and stay here for your exhale. On your inhale, come to chair pose, palms touch above your head. Exhale, dive forward, relax. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Next inhale, come all the way up. Palms touch above your head, gaze past your thumbnails. Exhale, chair pose, here we go. So you might be starting to breathe heavily by now. Don't let your form be sacrificed. Keep your gaze soft, keep your breath deep. On your next inhale, take your hands to prayer in the center of your chest. Exhale, twist to the left. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. And then right away, check in with your knees. Did your right knee start to come forward? If so, draw it back. Press your hands together to work your thumbnails towards the center of your chest. And don't force anything. Keep your breath deep. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale to twist deeper. Work towards a straight line between your left elbow and your right elbow. You're starting to massage your internal organs with these twists. Take one more deep breath in. Take one more deep breath out. Sit your hips a little bit lower. Inhale, chair pose, arms up, palms touching. Exhale, dive forward. Hang out here for a few breaths. Grab opposite elbows, sway a little bit side to side like a tree in the breeze. Let your spine become even longer. Keep your knees soft and send your breath all the way down to the base of your spine, to your sacrum. Bring your hands to the ground. Inhale, half lift, flatten your back, send your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees, and then inhale, come to standing. Press your palms together above your head, gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Moving on. Make sure you have a strong foundation. Root down into the ground through your big toe ball mounds and the centers of your heels. Lift your low belly up towards your heart. Lift your hands up, keep them together. Take an inhale here. Exhale, chair pose once again. We're going to hold it for less time this time. Take an inhale, hands to prayer in the center of your chest. Exhale, twist to the right, just like we did before. This time, draw your knees even with each other. Take your gaze between your feet. Use your core strength and your concentration to extend your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Keep your left leg really straight. Now you can keep your gaze down to help you balance, or if you're starting to feel more comfortable in this pose, take your gaze up to travel past your right elbow. Again, press into your hands here. Feel yourself start to twist open even more. And then the idea is to think about your heart reaching for the sky. Hi, camera angle. I love this vertical camera angle. Pay attention to your left leg. Make sure it stays straight. Your thigh is firmly activated. Your right thigh is firmly activated. Your left thigh is firmly activated. One more deep breath in here. One more deep breath out. Stay exactly where you are. Listen closely. On your inhale, find a high crescent lunge. Lift both of your arms up. Face the front of the room. Begin to sit down into your right thigh. So you have both hip points facing the front of the room. You have all 10 toes facing the front of the room. Lift up your arms, get tall, lift up from your ribs, lift your ribs away from your hips, lengthen your shoulders away from your ears. Think about taking up a lot of space. One more inhale here, gaze up to challenge your balance, and then exhale, frame your right foot with both of your hands. Step your left foot forward, inhale to halfway lift, exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Palms touch above your head. Exhale, hands to prayer. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Take a second to reset. Tailbone down, belly in. Inhale, arms up, keep your palms together. Exhale, chair pose. Make sure your weight is centered in your heels. On your next inhale, take your hands to prayer, and then exhale, other side. Twist your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Gaze up past your left elbow for a beat. Check in with your knees, bring your gaze between your big toes, and then using your strength and your concentration, step your right foot as far back as it'll go. So this doesn't have to be seamless the first time you do this. It's okay. It can take more than 1 or 2 steps. You'll get there eventually. Just keep practicing. Keep your gaze on your left big toe, or maybe if you start to feel comfortable, take it to travel past your left elbow. And then again, think about opening your heart not to the left side of the room, but to the sky, allowing for as deep of a twist as you're comfortable with. Your right thigh is very active, your left thigh is very active. Visualize a straight line from your right heel all the way through the crown of your head. Keep your neck really long. Take one more deep breath in here and stay for your exhale. Here we go. On your inhale, using your core strength, lift your arms up. Find a high crescent lunge. Sit low into your left thigh. Keep your right leg as straight as it'll go by pushing the back of your right knee towards the sky, and then lengthen your arms up as far as you can. Close the sides of your rib cage together. Lift your belly away from your top thigh. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Feel that stretch. Take one more deep breath in. Gaze up if you can. And then exhale. Frame your left foot with both of your hands. Step forward with your right foot. Inhale to half lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, let it go. Fold. Take a few breaths here. Once again, grab opposite elbows if that feels good. Sway a little bit side to side, maybe bending into one knee and then the other, slowly shaking out your hips. Like a slow motion cha-cha-cha. Release your hands. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Palms touch above your head. Exhale your hands to prayer. Moving on. Tailbone down, Belly in, lift your kneecaps, make sure your thighs are activated. On your next inhale, reach your arms above you, keep your palms together. Exhale once again, chair pose. Starting to make friends with this pose by now. Inhale your hands to prayer. Exhale, twist to the right. Take your left elbow outside of your right knee. Gaze down between your big toes. Step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. This time, lower your left knee down. One deep breath in here. One deep breath out here. On your next inhale, lift up your arms. This is low crescent lunge. It's a little different because your left knee is on the ground. Take a huge breath in. On your exhale, make W or cactus arms. So this is heart opening. This is another thing that's going to really rev up your metabolism. It gets your heart rate up. Begin to take your shoulder blades closer together behind you, sending your heart forward. At the same time, draw the sides of your neck back. Push your elbows forward and fan out your fingers. So you're already starting to open your heart a lot. This is really elevating your heart rate. Think about a string pulling up from your chest all the way up to the ceiling. Now stay here. Keep your core contracted, keep your left hip pushing forward, or maybe straighten your arms towards the back of the room, drop your head all the way back. This is full Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. On your inhale, lift your arms all the way up, and then exhale, frame your right foot with both of your hands. Lift your left knee off of the ground, step all the way up. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way to standing, palms touch above your head. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep breath. Last side. Inhale your arms up, keep your palms together. Exhale, chair pose. This is the last time. Bring your hands to prayer. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist to the left. Bring your right elbow outside of your left knee. Take your gaze between your big toes. On your inhale, step your right foot as far back as it'll go, and this time drop your right knee all the way down to your mat. One deep breath in here. One deep breath out. And then inhale, reach your arms up, find your low crescent lunge. And like I said, this is just like high crescent lunge, except your knees on the ground. Push your right hip forward, draw your belly away from your left thigh. Last breath in, and then exhale, make your cactus arms or your W arms. Begin to take the tips of your shoulder blades into the back of your heart, pushing your heart forward and up. Start to feel your heart rate rise. Push your elbows forward, fan your fingers out, and then visualize that string pulling up on your chest all the way up to the ceiling. Stay here, draw the sides of your neck back. If you want a little bit more, if you did it on the other side, straighten your arms, drop your head back. Your palms are facing each other. Breathe straight into your heart. Keep your low core contracted. Take one more deep breath in and one more deep breath out. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, frame your left foot with both of your hands. Lift your right knee off the ground. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale to half lift, pull out all the kinks. Exhale, fold. Breathe in your forward fold. Let the top of your head reach for the ground. Fill up the backs of your lungs, that space right between your shoulder blades. And as you're ready, slowly begin to bend into your knees. Don't worry, we're done with chair pose. You're going to come to sit all the way down on your mat. To stretch out, we're going to take Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. So take the soles of your feet together, widen your knees, grab the tops of your feet, and bring your thumbs to the big toe ball mound of your foot. So now you can keep the soles of your feet together, or if you want to go a little further, you can open them out like a little book, almost as if you were looking at the bottoms of your feet. What this does is gives your inner hips a signal to open a little bit further. It's totally up to you. Lift your heart, flatten your back. Take a deep breath in here, and then exhale, just fold. It doesn't have to be a deep fold. You're thinking about reaching your heart past your toes. So what this is doing is keeping your low back long, keeping your spine relatively flat. You can relax your head whenever you find a comfortable place. And then if you want, what I like to do sometimes is use my elbows to open my knees a little bit further. If you want more of a stretch, you can kind of walk your hips up towards your feet a little bit more. And just send your breath right into the inner hips, into your groin. Keep your neck long, keep your gaze soft, and unclench your teeth. On your next inhale, gently release your feet, come all the way up, close your knees like a little book, and rest. Congratulations! You've successfully completed part 1 of the beginner-friendly yoga series for metabolism and fat burning. Let me know if you found this helpful. Please comment below. Do this video up to 3 or 4 times a week, and definitely let me know if you find this dorky. I happen to love it, but it's all relative. If you want to learn more about me, visit my website at vetrafitness.com, and I will see you on your mat. Thanks.